So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our conjunction video of the week, and today we're going to be covering Sun and Moon in the ninth house of your birth chart, as in what happens when Sun and Moon are conjunct, meaning that they're in the same house in the same sign. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this conjunction, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, all the other astrological details, for that check out the links here and check out my full astrological report, including my books, consultations, and link to my academy under the shop section here. So, Moon and Sun in the ninth house. Now, you got to understand there's a dynamic that plays with Moon and Sun. There's always this angle of waxing and waning. And especially when Moon is with Sun, it's kind of considered combust because it's dark moon. Even if it's waning, it's dark. If it's waxing, it's dark. So that's one thing I understand. And waxing moon is much more unselfish. It's much more about other people. It's much more about the world. And waning moon is about myself. Waning moon is about my need first before the other. Waning moon more looks within first than outwards. So ninth house of astrology is the house of father, religion, spirituality, philosophy, publishing, long distance travel, pilgrimage. It is also the house of it. I mean, it has 20 different meanings. Diseases of your mother. It represents the spouse of your younger sibling. It represents like the water tanks of your home. So many things, but what I'm telling you is the most basic, the most necessity of the meaning. So with this particular conjunction, you're going to see that this person is about dharma. This person is about following a righteous path. This person is about wanting to do things right. And even though moon is dark, waxing and waning, one of the dynamics with a dark moon is that it becomes extremely curious. Because imagine if like you were in a dark and you hear the world outside. You hear the noise outside. You're going to be curious. What is out there? What's happening? So even the moon is dark, it's curious to know what is happening in any house with the sun. So in the ninth house, it becomes greatly involved with religious activities. It wants to even help the father, wants to understand and serve the father. With this particular sun and moon conjunction, usually for certain ascendant can create a yoga where a person may even want to build a temple. Like for example, for Aries ascendant, moon rules the fourth house of structure, land, real estate. And it's in the ninth house with sun in Sagittarius, which is a Sattvic sign. So it can apply to a fact that this person may even want to build some sort of a school, build some sort of a religious temple. Now, one thing we do see that this person will eventually go to foreign lands, distant lands, because sun is a natural malefic in Vedic astrology because it's a hot planet. It burns first. Even if you hear the story of the sun's wife Sanjana or Samjana ran away because she could not take the heat of the sun. It was too bright, too hot. She's like, I can't be married to this thing. So she created this shadow named Chaya who could withstand the heat of the sun. So just from that story, we understand that sun is just hot. Sure, it's Sattvic. Sure, it represents the father and the right things and our ancestors, but its significance is to burn. There's a nuclear fusion that is happening within the sun. So whenever a malefic planet is conjunct the fourth lord or the ascendant lord, it creates a yoga for a person to go to foreign lands, especially in the ninth house, 12th house, first house, 7th house, 10th house. These are all connected to foreign lands, foreign places. And one of the things we see with this particular sun and moon is that if the moon is waning, the person becomes very strategic, very strategist. Like for them to build a temple, there's probably some other agenda. Perhaps they want to bring out their name. They want to enter politics, so they want to have that as their resume. A waxing moon will not be so much thinking for strategy. It'll be just thinking for performing that task, performing that thing. That's the difference. But again, regardless if somebody does it for their own name or somebody does it for the world, in the end, who benefits? The people coming in the temple, the priest, students coming in the school. So it's a beneficial aspect at the end. And one of the things you will see, especially with this particular conjunction, is that father will overpower mother in decisions. Mother will feel like subservient to the father, because sun will always find power in the 9th house versus the moon. And regardless of what sign it's in, whether sun is exalted in its own sign of Cancer, it's dark and it's being burnt. So because of the overpowering nature of the father, the mother will feel subservient. Mother will kind of feel lost in the shadows of the decisions and the authority of the father. Okay? So guys, this was my analysis of sun and moon in the 9th house of your astrological chart. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. If you want to know where your sun is placed, all your astrological details. For that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.